I just had a really disturbing dream. I had a dream that I was a person that was a single parent and had a child and was living in a place and had this thing set up with this. It was really weird, man. But it was a confusing dream about two fathers, a mother that was kind of like a drug addict and something. And essentially, I was the one father that had the child, and one group was getting me moved to this place and doing that, and it was the other father. I don't know why there was two fathers. It was weird, but essentially, the whole gist of the dream was that it was like a professional baseball organization, and I was in Arizona, and trying to go to NAU with a son as a single dad, and there was the other dad was a professional baseball player, and they were going to help me get up to NAU and do all this stuff, and it was weird. And then all of a sudden, they all reneged kind of in at the last minute. They weren't going to help me get up to NAU, and they were going to take my son and give him to the other father because he had money, and I didn't, because they said they were going to help me with the money and do all that, and then they pulled out at the last minute. And then I sat there and said, oh shit, this is all just a plot to get me to naively trust them and then take my child because I don't have money now and look like an unfit father, and the other father has money and is a fit father. I was like, fuck. It was very Navajo. I was like, this is just fucked. I trusted them, and now I don't have my kid, and I'm stuck, and I'm sitting there looking at him going, well, but I trusted you, and you're taking my child because you say I'm unfit because I don't have money, and you guys all told me I had money. Shit. So now I don't have money. Now I don't have a son. Now I have no college. Now I have nothing. I'm out in the street, and I'm distraught. And then I was connecting to the mother, and that's how she felt. And like she couldn't provide for her child. Like she was nothing. Like she was no one. Even if they're on a res, they have nothing, you know. It was weird. It was a sad dream. I was very distraught. Woke up sad. And then Jesus said, I believe I have strong family connections to Jesus, but he's like, now get up and go explain to them Navajo 101, Ralph, and explain to Richard Dawkins about his fucking mem when you went to Arizona, New Mexico State looking for a job and thought you could because you could help these people, and that guy met you and said, oh no, money's power. Money's power. Yeah, money's power. It rules the world. Seriously. So I need this in order to prove that I'm a man and can provide for my children, pay for the land. We've covered this over and over again, okay? It's just not hitting home. I don't know how to explain it to these people. It's just insane. You think you might have a mem, Richard? Do you think you might worship this? Okay, because you need it to live, Richard. You need money to live. We've gone over this 1,000 million times, and everybody's like, Ralph, you need some kind of management system with this to live on planet Earth. The Hebrews didn't have money, man. No, they had promised land. The Navajos didn't have money, man. They had promised land. They promised land to their children, and they took from the land what was given, and they tried to put back into the land so it would still give. And they were promised land. And they fought for that land. Like Hitler explains in Mein Kampf. The Jew will fight you for his land to the death. Fuck, you think? I don't know. If I have no land to provide for my children, we cease to exist as people and we die. That Jew will fight you to the death for his land. He's crazy. Fuck. Yeah, Hitler. So Hitler goes into Czechoslovakia. Hitler goes into Austria. Hitler goes into Russia. Hitler goes into French and to Poland. Oh yeah, remember that in the U.S. the newspapers in the U.S. Those stupid Polacks. God, they're stupid. Taking on a blitzkrieg on bicycles. We already covered this, right? They found that the women and children and old men had chances to probably get away. Wow, I don't know what for. Just this desperate clinging to life. Maybe, I don't know. They found that if you rode bikes with hose into the tracks on the tanks, that you could even stop them, and people could get away. Little stupid Polacks, stupid Navajos. If you do certain things and stuff like that, others can get away. They took on the Navajos totally different, though. They had this real famous American. His name is Kit Carson. And he was a friend of the Navajo, and he knew them all, knew all their places and all that stuff. And when they went in the Southwest, they said the biggest problem you have is the Navajos. They're big and they're well organized, and they don't let people come in and take their land. They were considered nomadic. They're actually transhumanists, but they had a place where they transhumance means they migrate from one point to another. It's not nomadic where they just go wherever and follow herds or something like that. They were transhumants. They had certain areas where they spent certain times of the season. They were seasonal people, like the Apache transhumants also. Geronimo talks about it when you read his book. It talks about how they would go in the summertime and stay with their White Mountain family, and the wintertime into the Chiricahuas and back and forth many times depending on environmental conditions. Well, because they were observational scientists. I'm sorry, I already just talked that over with that geologist in near the Chiricahuas, near Huachuca, and yeah, I don't know anything these people do that lines up with science is just sheer luck. Oh yeah, shit. Nobody observes, analyzes, or processes anything around here. Oh, we stay near water because God say so. I'm sorry. I have trouble dealing with people that have MIMS, Richard. It just bugs me, okay? Especially geologists that make lots of money. Have pieces of paper that say they're intelligent. So, you want to tell me more about a family like this and how their MIMS fire off wrong and how they're Neanderthals and Davidians and not quite as evolved as this Homo sapiens and shit like that? I don't know. Tell us about this Homo sapiens and our worship of destruction of our own planet, of murdering of our own species, of murdering of not even just our own species, but of other species. And get George Carlin on there. Oh man, we've been, it's not, don't worry about it. Other species have been dying for millennia upon millennia upon millennia. Yeah, I know. All for this. All for this. Go suck up oil. Go dig up those mountains. Go kill those other species. Go destroy their environment. I told you guys this when I was in college, man. The whole spotted owl thing. You don't understand. I tried to explain it to a lady and a woman once, an older couple. I felt embarrassed doing it. And they were talking about we had to leave Oregon because I was like, well, see, the thing about it is human beings are not as caring as individuals as you would think. No, one of the main cogs behind the whole spotted owl thing is that when you mess with the environment, it works its way up the food chain. So if you're going to kill off a spotted owl because you're screwing up your environment, eventually it hits the human being and kills them too. So it's more look out for the human being than it is look out for the spotted owl. Yeah, that's how human beings work. Yeah, okay. I don't know. I think I have a mem, Richard. Help me. Frog. Yeah, so he said get up, start talking, it's fresh. Like old Sigourney Weaver's character in Avatar. No, White's fresh, get up, go in there and video blog, to explain to them what's going on. Because for some reason their MIMS are firing and you're not hitting home and you're losing out on your kids to people that have MIMS and are raising your children to worship this. And they call themselves good Christians. No, you suck at being a Christian. Well, because a Christian is an anointed one that God loves most, and God loves us all, and is promised land by birth and shouldn't have to have this in order to destroy their environment and kill other species and their own species in the process in order to sustain a life here on planet Earth and give it to somebody with a MIM who considers himself more intelligent than religious people. And these poor people, good God, they're religious. Yeah, some of them have lost their religion, and they feel like REM. That's me in the corner. That's me in the spotlight, losing my religion, because we had to sit there and become presidents of the class, yeah, and elect a queen and queen for the homecoming and do this and not have any expression, language, religion, or tradition. I hate spider webs. We're supposed to love the spider. It taught us how to weave and make blankets, and that's one of the ways we kept ourselves warm and traded with other tribes. Losing my religion and tradition, and no wonder those people are depressed. No wonder they drink alcohol and feel so damn worthless and angry. They're not even Navajo anymore. You ever watch that movie, The Black Robe? When the Black Robe comes to Christianize them, the one guy's sitting there and goes, we're not even Huron anymore. The Iroquois come and kill us without even raising a hand. And we're dying of their diseases. We're not even Huron. We won't even be Huron. We'll not even be people anymore. We'll cease to exist. These Christians will come and just get rid of us and take our land. And then after all, finally the disease is just attacking them and killing them. One of the elders just gives up, and he comes up and he looks at the Black Robe and he says, do you love us, Black Robe? And you say that this baptism will save our children? Oh, yes. Then baptize this Black Robe if you love us. And the Black Robe's not even sure if he loves them. Because to get there, they question him about these religious beliefs again, and they're like, he's a devil. He denies himself women. What kind of man denies himself women? So his God loves him. His God loves him. And his God made him women and won't let him have a woman? This Black Robe's evil. He's dangerous. And it's this way through the whole movie. I mean, they're having trouble understanding all the things that this Black Robe does. They think he's crazy. And they get this other one, and this one's crazy too. And the French trapper that's guide with him that speaks the language, but it's a Christian who wants to become a priest too. But he, on the way there, said, nah, it's not going to happen. Well, he falls for this gorgeous Huron girl. And I think everybody in the whole movie, it's a Canadian movie, would think, oh, yeah, she's hot. And then one of the worst parts of the whole movie is when they get kidnapped by the the Haudenosaunee, the Iroquois. They're going through, and they have to go through these different places and stuff because they're worried about the Black Robe, that he'll help kill them off too and stuff. And in the process, here come the Iroquois. And they're in a camp near the Iroquois land, and the chief who's bringing them in, his wife gets shot in the neck by a raiding party. So he loses his wife. Then they kidnap him. And then to see if he has courage, they slit his youngest son's throat in front of him. Then they sit there and tell him, tomorrow we'll eat your flesh, and if you cry out, you won't be worth anything. And if you can do it without crying out and acting like a woman, you'll be worthy. The dad's injured and is dying, but the daughter doesn't want to see that happen to her dad, so she allows one of the Iroquois warriors to rape her. And in the process, she leans over into the fire and grabs a log and knocks him out and gets the Black Robe, the young man, the French trader that she loves, out of there, and her father, so he can go die in the woods peacefully. And the Black Robe still doesn't get it. I mean, he doesn't understand the culture. He doesn't understand how to work with these people. He thinks God is devoid of these people. And this is a man that came from France, from a country of people that went and invaded Saxony from Normandy, started taking other people's land, trying to breed out them by taking their royalty and having sex with their women to try to breed out their men and mass murder their men. It sounds familiar, doesn't it? Well, it sounds like what's happening in the United States to the Native Americans. Yeah, it does. It's their religion, man. So they can come and kill the beaver for this and take all the land and go get gold and be rich kings of England and they came looking for gold. Yeah, rocks. To pay for this, to pay for land, to become landed aristocracy and aristocrats. Because if you go mass murder other people and exploit their resources like Hitler was trying to do, you become a landed aristocracy. That's what Hitler was trying to do, is become a landed aristocracy. So he could pass that on to people like him and his children. He was trying to have the perfect children in the Aryan race, and he was trying to find somebody perfect to breed with and set up people that he could pick out as the top leaders. You understanding how MIMS work, Richard Dawkins? You figuring out? You know, because you got money, you sell lots of books and stuff like that, and you got lots of money to live here. I don't. And I'm just trying to find a place to live where I was promised the same value by birth, and other people treat me like that, and then we share the world together and stuff like that. I'm not knocking your technology. I think there's a lot of good things in technology. I think something that can help keep an eye on things in space and have us, you know, be able to watch out for asteroids so we're not all here living like Navajos and then a big rock comes and kills us like the dinosaur. I think technology is a very, very good idea, because then that's how we get to keep our land that was promised to us by God. So I'm very open to your ways and your religious beliefs, because it said do something intelligent to help save the people in the land. You know, Yatae, that's good, dude. You know, you're my brother. I can take you in, and you can have some land and some corn and pick a bride. But please don't take my religion away. And please don't take my children away. Please don't take my promised land away. Please don't take my promise from God that God loves me, because the land is here, and the women are here, and the children are here, and I can provide for them and raise them, because you can trust me. Can I trust you? I don't know. Something keeps telling me, no, these people have MIMS, Richard. I don't know, is this enough evidence for you? Is that scientific enough? It's a parable. It's a story. It was given to me by God. That's